All right, we are now day number 84 inside of our 30K in 90 days challenge. And today we are going to do some discussion or have some discussion about your belief system. And this is one of the most important things about business, about achieving success, about having the things that you want to have. And I know most times everybody is focused on the actual strategy or the actual technique. Those things are important, they have their place. But we're going to talk about your belief system and how, even if you have the right strategy, even if you have the right technique, if your belief system is off or it's twisted up or the wires are crossed, even doing the right things with the wrong mindset is going to yield you undesired results. So, before we jump into that, welcome. My name is Tracey Walker. I am a baseball mom. I am a documented seven-figure earner here in the digital marketing space. This skill set, things that I've been teaching you over these past 83 days, have allowed me full time since 2008 to do some amazing, extraordinary things. I mean, in the network marketing space, I've made close to $2 million in one company, built a team of tens of thousands of people all over the world. In affiliate marketing, these digital marketing skills have allowed me to become the top earner or the top producer or a top earner or top producer inside any affiliate marketing program I have chosen to market or affiliate myself with. And I have been able to take these skills and create my own products, my own services, my own coaching programs, my own workbooks and downloads and ebooks and this and that. I've been able to take it and sell other people's stuff and then create my own and market and sell my own stuff. So this digital marketing thing is actually pretty lucrative. I've, like I said, been full time since 2008, well before a lot of these people started popping up around 2020, figuring out how to get pandemic money. Okay. We've been teaching skill for a very long time. All right. And then last but not least, guys, I am what I like to call a marketing automations expert. All right. So for example, today my son had the gym and he had a baseball game. Okay. And I had to go and get my nails done. So what would my life be like if I was ball and chain to my computer? Right. I have to have things that are moving out of my presence such that I can move the needle forward, even if it's just through managing everything through my phone, right? I don't mind working and managing through the phone, but having things like an automated sales process, an automated email follow-up system, an automated situation people can buy and get payment plans and do things that they need to do. All of that is already available once people tap into my ecosystem. And those are things that I'm very happy about because as a single parent, I can only be in one place at one time, even though a lot of times I really feel like I'm in 12. I'm in 12. I'm physically only in one. Okay. And so the business has to be working, the bills have to be getting paid. I have to be driving around. I have to be present mom. I have to be cheering. I have to buy popcorn and Powerade. I have to make sure that the helmets, today, my son's helmet started acting crazy. The screw came out of the face mask, I mean, and literally you got to wear the face mask. In travel ball, you don't. So we got two helmets. Okay. So this particular helmet had a haywire, right? So all of this has to be going on, and I'm supposed to be able to do it with a smile on my face. I'm supposed to be happy. I'm supposed to be healthy, and I'm supposed to be thrilled to be on here chatting with y'all every day for 90 days. You get it? So automation is the key to everything that I'm doing because I just no way I could manually do everything. All right. So now let's get into it because I want you to be able to have automation working for you too. But it's going to really, really boil down to your mindset. All right. Now I know a lot of times people check out. They check out when you start talking about mindset because they're like, oh, well, what's the strategy? Just how do I run the ads? Or, what do I say? What do I post? How do I do this? How do I do? And the reality is that there's no shortage of that. I mean, even in just this project over the past 83 days, there is literally no shortage of strategy. There's no shortage of skill building, skill teaching. There's no shortage of any type of anything from that angle that was designed to help you win. There's no shortage of that. Okay. So let me ask you this. So why aren't you having success? Or why are people still not having the success they want? Even though I've been teaching you for 83 days, today 84, what to do. How am I teaching you every day what to do for 84 days and it's still a problem? Well, the problem is because it's what you're bringing to the table. Okay. It is the way you are wired. And until you acknowledge we got to rework these wires, you can't put lipstick on a pig and act like it's not a pig. It's still a pig. Okay. So we got to fix some of this. So I want you to remember, guys, that your thoughts create your reality. Okay. I cannot continue to stress this enough. Literally every night, me and my son go to bed with some sort of frequency playing, with some sort of meditation music playing, some sort of affirmations playing, some sort of something to get into the subconscious. We do not watch the news. We don't cut on the news. We don't really watch TV. He might watch a lot of his shows on YouTube. I might watch some of the shows I watch on YouTube. I might watch some of the DVR shows that I record and catch up on them later to speed up through the commercials and so on and so forth. But those are very distinct shows that I know what I'm watching, right? And I know how to allow myself to relax and watch these things without it taking a part or me being unaware that it can have any effect on my thoughts. And so, you being in control of your thoughts is what is going to create the reality. So, how do you know what your thoughts are? How do you know? Well, look at your current reality. Just observe the results that you have right now, okay? If you do not like what you have, and I'm not saying that it's bad, I'm not saying that it's the worst in the world. I'm not saying that there aren't people with worse circumstances. What I'm saying is just a personal observation. If you are looking at your life and you do not like, you are not in love with everything that you see, it is a function of your thoughts. That's it. Especially if you have access to people like me that's teaching you what to do, especially if you have access to the information like what I've been teaching you over the past 83 days, especially if you're on social media, especially if you're tapped into workshops and masterminds and Zoom. Like that is not what's stopping you more information, needing more information. Okay. It is literally the thoughts that are creating the reality. So if you want to change the reality, then your common sense logic should tell you that you need to change your thoughts. All right. So the question then becomes, how do we change the thoughts? Right. Well, let's get going. I've got 5 different things that I want to talk to you about. Okay. And listen, guys, this is very important stuff. This is high level stuff, but some of you might be in the home business space and you've heard it a few times and you dismiss it. You dismiss it. Maybe you're not in the home based business space. Maybe you're just not getting into digital marketing, and maybe you're just not coming across me or people that may talk like this. I want you to listen to this and I want you to take action. Okay, because that is the only way something is going to change. You can think about it all you want. You can marinate on it all you want, but until you actually take action on the thing, then it's just one of those things that you're book smart, right? You're book smart. You can regurgitate the information for the test, but you can't actually practically implement anything, right? I'm not gonna get into that. That's a whole other topic. That'll be a topic when I just go live on my own page. Okay, not necessarily the challenge topic. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to create a detailed picture utilizing all of your senses of what your perfect life is like. Right. And it doesn't have to be this ongoing thing, but I do want you to take time to do that. Here's my thing: if you do not design out your own life, well, who's supposed to be doing that? Who's supposed to be doing it if you're not taking the time to do it? Like, if you aren't saying, here's what I want, here's what I like to do, here's what I like to have, here's how I'd like to live, here's how much money I'd like to make, here's how I like my family to be set up, here's how I like my home to be managed and run, here's how I like my finances to be, here's how I like my investments to run, right? Here's how I like my social circle, or my friend circle, or my associates, my business partners. Like, here's how. If you're not designing that, then what? Who is? Who is? Because it's your life. And if it's not you, then that would mean you're accepting what you're getting by default. And here's the problem with default. It's still your thoughts that's creating the default. It's just you aren't aware of it. So your unawareness is coming from your inability to have this done. a detailed picture. So I just want to shift you from being unaware about the thoughts that you're having that's creating your undesired reality so that you can go and move into a place where you are aware and where you can utilize this type of exercise to deliberately and on purpose start creating and designing what you want. It's not going to happen overnight, but hell, the decisions that you've made or the place that you are right now didn't happen overnight either. It's a function of decisions that you made in the past. You didn't make the decision last night and all of a sudden it's a problem. You made the decision last month, last year, whatever. Okay. So I want you to create a detailed picture using all of your senses based on what you want your life to look like. Okay. Where do you want to live? How much money do you want to have? What is it like when you wake up in the morning? What does your perfect day look like? Guys, if you don't take the time to write this stuff down because you're lazy about it or because you don't feel like it, like, well, then that is why. That right there is why you aren't really getting what you want to get. You're lazy with your own life. You don't even want to do what you need to do with your own life, let alone somebody pay you money so you can make money to help them make changes in their life. What kind of sense does that make? You don't even want to help yourself. You don't even want to do it, right? But I believe in you. And I believe if you're watching this and if you're following me, that maybe if I just keep saying it, you keep hearing it, it will kick in. It will kick in that you can do this. And this is something that you absolutely just sit down, you just go ahead and bite the bullet and you just go ahead on and do it. So write down what the perfect day looks like. Write down what the perfect day within your perfect life looks like. What does it smell like? Right? Use all your senses. What do you see? When you close your eyes, what does it look like? What does the foyer of the home look like? What does it look like in the morning when the alarm goes off and it's time to get the kids ready or the child ready for school? And what is the family doing? What is the chef doing? And what is the butler doing? Or what is the person doing bringing the car around? Like, what's happening? What do you smell? Do you smell breakfast? Do you smell the coffee? Do you go in there? Are you making the coffee yourself? What are you doing? Are your clothes laid out? You got the kids getting ready. You're letting them know, hey, come on down, grab something to eat, right? You got the backpack ready. Everybody's running out the door, getting out the door, whatever. You're driving the kids to school, like, because you want to do that, right? Like, I want to do that. So I take my son to school every day. I want to do that, right? So boom, get up. We drive to school. Sometimes we stop off and grab minis from Chick-fil-A. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we stop at the store to get some juice or something, right? Like, what does that day look like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? I want you to write that down. That's step number one. Create the detailed picture. Number two, this is the important part right here. This is where some of y'all get jacked up with The Secret. That if you've seen The Secret, this is where you get jacked up. This is why sometimes it don't work. Because now you must combine what you are seeing with your vision. You must combine that with a strong emotional state. Think of it like this. If you were going to make a cake, right? And you had the mix, right? And they say, okay, you got the mix, but you got to mix that with a solid 2 eggs, right? You got to mix it with the 2 eggs. I'm just getting it right. Okay. And then you got to stir it up. But you get the mix and you don't put the eggs in it. And then you stir it up. And then are you surprised that now the cake not right? Are you for real? Are you pretending? Are you playing dumb? What's going on? Because how can you expect the cake to be right when it literally says mix the mix with the eggs and you didn't put the eggs in there? So why is there this, this puzzle look and feeling? It shouldn't be. You should be clear. So if now I'm saying to you, the mix is what you see. Combine what you see with a strong emotional state. If you do not feel the joy that goes along with it, if you don't feel the excitement of being in the car with the kids, if you don't feel the joy, the gratitude of being in the Maybach, if you do not feel the excitement of pulling up to the school where everybody, the parents, the principal, the teachers, right, and everybody knows your child, is it like feel the appreciation for that? If you don't feel any of that, when you're driving, you don't feel the joy with your kid right there. Can you feel that when you lay in the bed and you've got your beautiful home and the vaulted ceiling, if that's what you want, right? And your spouse, right? You don't feel the gratitude for that. Can you feel that? Pretend that's where you are. You've got to not just see yourself, but you got to feel it, and you gotta have the fit, you gotta have the strong emotional state. It's the combination of the mix with the eggs. Okay. When you combine that, now you start to move this thing in motion. Without this combination, you literally have no motion. Emotion is what? Energy in motion. So if you don't have the vision with the feeling mixed in, no emotion, then you don't have no energy in motion. You standing still. Comprende? All right. So now this is where it goes wrong. Once you even do that, and I've been a victim of this, of my own lack. I can say a victim of somebody else's stuff, but I have been, my own. I felt this pain before. When you feel good for a while, like you got things going and you feel good for a moment. You feeling good for the week. You feeling good for a couple days, and then guess what happens? Something jumps into your experience like an unexpected something. Like when the lady in my building hit my car, right? And I wake up in the morning and there's a note on my car, and so I immediately felt gratitude because the lady did not have to leave a note that she hit a Maserati. She did not have to do that. But I'm grateful that she did, even though it inconvenienced me that my car was like, what the world is going on to my car, right? But to have the feeling, so I could have let that moment disrupt how I've been feeling, but I did not. They say it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to what happens, right? So I felt good and grateful, and I did call her and I did speak to her and I did, thank her for reaching out. And even though now my car is fixed, I reached out to her and I thanked her for, even after everything was done, for just being of truth and of good spirit. I thanked her for that, right? I thanked her. It was an accident, but I thank her because I could have been left ass out. I had to just call up my insurance company and and I had to pay my own deductible, but I didn't have to come out of pocket for the rental car for nothing, right? So you do not want one challenge, right? Like that could have been a challenge that sent me back to my old pattern, sent me back into being pissed off, sent me back into being frustrated, sent me back into, oh my God, what's wrong? Why am I cockroach? Right? I could have used that as an event, as a catalyst to send me back when that's not what you don't want to do that. You want to maintain, you want to be aware of how you are feeling, checking your pulse every step of the way. You can recognize and call yourself on your own shit. You got to be able to do that because it's internal. Nobody else can tell you to do it. I mean, I guess they could, but it's not their job. It's not their responsibility. It's yours. It's yours. So work on extending that strong feeling of emotion, the joy, the happiness, the gratitude. Work on extending that even through challenges that may arise, that may cause you to be uncomfortable at the moment, but pivot and return back to what you know you should be feeling, which is up the higher levels of the emotional intelligence scale. Okay. What you want to do there. Now, the fourth thing that you want to do is you have to act as if. You have to act as if it's already happened. It's your belief system. What you see, what happens is most people are driven by what their physical eyes see, but what the physical eyes see is always the result. It's the result, it's not the cause. Most people think that what they see is the cause, right? Okay, the lady hits my car, I see that. People would say that caused me to be upset. It caused me to be upset. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is not the way that that works. Me seeing that, and the way that I felt about that was the effect of how I was already feeling about something. So the fact that I was inconvenienced, but because I'm so grateful, literally every day this whole year, we've been running a gratitude call on Clubhouse. Me and some of my buddies, we've been running a gratitude call on Clubhouse since January of this year, every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And because we are so gratuitous every day, 7 days a week, we get on here for 10 minutes and talk about what we're grateful for, that to come across, because I already felt the gratitude, which was the cause was the gratitude, it gave me something more to be gratuitous about. So when I saw the car hit and the note was there, the note was the effect effect of me already carrying in gratitude to allow me to be more grateful for something else. I had something else to be grateful for. Now, if I had chosen to ignore that that was something to be grateful for, which is what I was already feeling and already practicing, and now shift and change and now be upset, then now that's going to signal, give me more things to be upset about. But no, I received something to be grateful for, right? Even though it looked like an inconvenience. So you have to act as if it already happened. You've got to act as if you've already earned that money. You've got to act as if you've already had those sales. You've got to act as if you've already purchased that home or bought that car. You got to act as if you already have the success happening in your life. And it's let me just say this. This is not about faking it till you make it. This is not about renting the car and pretending the car is yours to fool the public. That's not what it's about. If anything, it would be about you renting the car in private, nothing to do with the public, but understanding that you being in the car and experiencing the car and driving the car contributes to what? Your senses. And it helps you to create that much more of a detailed picture because you can get into the Maybach and you can see the Mercedes sign on the side, the lit up side. You can smell the leather. You can feel the pillows. You can recline in the seat with the footrest. You can tap on the screen on the back of the headrest. You can actually put your little your scent, what is that thing called? Your diffuser inside the glove compartment, which then filters through the air conditioning system to smell the way you want it to smell. You can really do those things. How would I know that if I wasn't in a Maybach like that? It's because I understand it's not about faking it. I didn't go get the Maybach to pretend and fool you to make you think it was my Maybach. I went and got into the Maybach because I needed to make sure that my senses knew what it smelled like, what it felt like, what I heard, what I saw, all of that so that I can close my eyes and keep my detailed picture using all of my senses on point. It's all about aligning the energy. It's all about aligning the energy for self. So this is the framework that I want you to follow because your belief system has to be in the right place. Now, what if you don't have all this stuff in place? Well, then that would mean I could literally go on out there and I could tell you about how to do whatever on Instagram. I could tell you how to do whatever on TikTok. I can tell you how to do whatever on YouTube, and your own belief system would be working against you, such that when I say go create the video, you would be procrastinating, telling yourself that you're not good enough, right? That would be you working against yourself because the belief system will not allow you to go beyond what it believes you're capable of achieving. It has you at a set thermostat level. And I might be saying, well, you got to go up here in order to get the results that you want. And then you remind yourself, but no, I don't want to. No, I don't feel like I can. No, I don't feel like I'm worthy. No, I don't feel like it's going to work. No, I don't. No, I don't. And you're keeping yourself here. It's not that we're not giving you the strategy or it's a different strategy or this or that. It doesn't matter what it is. You're going to hold your own self back because of your stinking thinking. So these are things that you got to work on in the background. You got to work on these things quietly to yourself. You got to work on these things in the comfort of your own home. You got to work on these things for you. You got to work on these things for you. So that when you come across an opportunity, you can take advantage of the opportunity. You've got to take advantage of this for you. Some people say, oh, I bought this thing and it didn't work. Okay, I've never felt that way. I've bought a lot of stuff off the internet. Training, education, how to do this, how to do that, how to learn this, how to learn that, right? I mean, since 2008, I well into multiple six figures of stuff I have purchased, masterminds, trainings, courses, all of that, right? I cannot say that there's nothing that didn't work in totality. There's always something that I've learned that moved the needle a little bit more, right? And I always have to realize, okay, you're restricting yourself on that. You're fearful about this thing. Okay, you're afraid that if you spend the money that you're not going to get the money back, right? So that's what's holding you back. Your fear of success in certain instances, right? Or your fear of, being on this platform. It's usually that. It's usually never the thing. Now, there are some things out there that are just fake as hell. Okay. There are some things out there where they have no material value, but so much stuff out there is of high quality and value that your own thinking, you can't filter through and see it. You immediately shut down and talk about you're overwhelmed. Like, who's telling you you're overwhelmed? That's you talking to you, right? So you're keeping, oh, I'm overwhelmed, right? Oh, I'm frustrated. Oh, I don't understand. Right. Because it's something you've never been exposed to before. And these are the things that are going to help you to level up. If you understood everything, then damn it, you'd already be and have whatever it is you wanted. It's the sheer fact that you don't understand something, which is why you're seeking to get education about it so that you can start to master it at a different level of understanding, not the same ignorant level of understanding, but now more knowledgeable level of understanding, right? And that transition can be growing pains. And if you succumb to, oh, I'm uncomfortable, I'm frustrated, I don't understand, is this, is that, if that's how you're going to attack this, then you can only achieve that which you're at the level that you've become. So if you've become the level that you are, you can't attract anything higher than that because you'll just push it away. Subconsciously, you just push it away. So I want you to really focus and start working on these things for your belief system, such that when I say things to you, like go ahead and get the free digital marketing blueprint in the description below and get yourself plugged into our community so that you can start learning the skills to start scaling yourself up to earning $900 a day. It isn't something that you immediately dismiss because you don't think it's possible. The only reason you wouldn't think it's possible is because the last time you tried to do something, it didn't work. But the only reason it didn't work is because of you and what you were thinking and how you were feeling. It's not because the thing itself did not provide value or did not provide the blueprint or the framework or the track for you to run on. It more than likely did. It's just you restricted yourself from going there. So then when the next opportunity shows up, you assess everything from that lack mindset. So you get more of that. You've got to blow past that. We have got to literally break through that type of mindset because you can't even see opportunities when opportunity is all around you because your eyes and your ears and everything else is shut off to a past experience where that past experience now is going to run the whole rest of your life because you're going to respond to everything based on how that past experience was, which means you're going to keep getting the same thing, which means you are designing your life on autopilot, but then you're going to create what you don't like. So at the very beginning of this, I said that it's your thoughts that create your reality. I said that. So it's your thoughts that's causing you to keep saying no to things that otherwise are in position to help you get to where you want. Because when you said that you wanted the thing, that's what opened the door for the opportunity to present itself to you. You say, I want to make more money online. Great. Then you come across an opportunity that's going to expose you to how to make more money online, which is the next step, which is the thing that lets you know, hey, I'm open. But then when you observe the thing, then you tell yourself, no, by the way, I'm not open. I want to make more money online, but no, if that requires me to be somebody other or somebody greater than who I am right now, then I don't want it. So I want us to work on that because the more in touch you are with your belief system and actually in the in the frame of mind where you're the driver and you're the one designing it, then you realize that if you don't like what you're getting, then you got to redesign it because you're only getting what you designed. And if you aren't aware of what you designed, you still designed it, you just designed it by default. Okay. You still designed it, you just designed it by default. So let's just be focused. Let's just be aware of it now. Right. And let's start doing the things on purpose, right? Purpose driven life, they say, a purpose driven life, not a default driven life. All right. So listen, I want to help you to start moving forward, especially as we round up these last few um, challenge days. Okay. So if you have not gotten your hands on my free digital marketing blueprint, I want you to click on the link below in the description. It says get the blueprint. And I want you to, when you click on it, it's going to take you over to another page to put your email address. When you put your email address in there, my automated system is going to automatically send you the link with an email that has the download to that PDF in it, which gives you the 7 steps to passive daily pay. Okay. That's really what you want, is to know these 7 steps. And that's what this blueprint will give you. If you're watching this over on Facebook, you'll find that link in the comment section. If you don't, I don't know where you're watching it from, and you don't see a link, just type this in right here, makemoneywithtracy.com. Just go right here. It's fine. Okay. If you don't see the link or whatever, maybe this got pushed out somewhere where you don't see a link somewhere. Okay. But if you're on YouTube, it's definitely in the description. If not, just go to makemoneywithtracy.com and it will take you there. All right. Kind of like clicking your heels 3 times. And like Dorothy, you can get yourself home. Okay. I want to help you get to where you truly deserve to be, which is financially free and time free. And this blueprint is going to help start you on the track, on the path to put one foot in front of the other to get that done. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed day number 84 as we talked about your belief system. We're going to jump right into day number 85 and keep the show rolling. I want to make sure that you are tapped all the way in by being subscribed to the channel, by clicking on that notification bell so that you actually get notified when I go live, and stay close to the fire. All right. So that's going to end day number 84. I will see you guys in day 85.